2 days ago when I went is when I had that horrible experience. It's taken me over a year to talk about this. But when it comes to panic, just make each other panic more. We're like, yeah, that's probably what happened. Like, that was my fear. It made me panic. It then made me cry. We're living in this apartment on the Gold Coast and they just jacked the rent up by $150 overnight. So I had to suddenly get a real job. My brother-in-law, he offered me a cleaning job. I was like, oh no, I don't know how to clean. Can train you up to clean some houses. Now this client also employed him clean his office twice a week and his house twice a week. So 4 days worth of cleaning from this one client. And he goes, I'm going away for 2 weeks. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, can you please do the office? Whoa. Can you please do the house? Whoa. And how many cleans that? That's 8 cleans. He's never had to clean the oven. He's never had to let any workers in the house. And now I'm going to be doing 2 offices and 2 houses. And I'm just like the worst cleaner. So I'm on my second big house clean. And I did my first solo project on this house 3 days ago. Is when I had that horrible experience where I was trying the TikTok hack cleaning soap scum off shower doors that leaked all over one of the bathroom floors. That it made me panic. It then made me cry. And they want it cleaned twice, so I'm going again. I had a big speech when I was going to this house, how I probably won't mess up. Things have changed. I'm doing well. And then on the way home, I was like, no, it's exactly how things usually go for me. I found out yesterday that this office actually opens at 7:30, not 9 AM. That was a surprise. So I've got to really double time this. Barely slept. I kept worrying that I was not going to hear my alarm. So I'm really quite out of it. To try and do this in 1 hour is going to be like something special. Well, that was stressful on my week that I'm filling in. I've gone to the office to do my first midweek office clean. I was always under the impression that people come in at 9 or even 8:30. I was going to get out of here by 8:30, but I found out yesterday we're arriving at 7:30. So I got up at 5:30, arrived at 6:30, like haul it into like just really work fast, hard, so I could be out of there by 7:30. And when I get there, the boss is there. Straight after him, 2 ladies walk in. So I'm in there cleaning the kitchen, and then the 2 ladies go in there to make their breakfast. And they got the cleaner in there. They probably think I'm full of germs and gross. That would have been super inconvenient for them. And then 3 more workers came in and I was like, oh no. Spraying things, wiping things, vacuuming things with noise. They're on the phone. And I noticed they were on the phone, so I quickly killed the vacuum. But they had to keep stepping over my vacuum cord. I don't know, I just felt terrible for them. And they were very polite and everything. And I just thought, you know what? I wonder if they're just so mad that they saw the cleaner. I don't know. I feel awful and I feel inconsiderate. And there was a big spider. It was webbing itself over the front door on the outside. So if somebody walked in, they would walk straight into this spider and like have a fit. So I saw it and opened the door and sucked that little thing up. And I thought I was a hero, and I was hoping people had seen that because that would have been like maybe redeemable for my inconveniencing everyone. I don't think anyone saw that, but I saved people from 2 bugs today, so I can go home feeling good about that. So the first job, the house, that boo-boo at the house, trying to make the mirrors extra nice. I went home and I cried. When I got home, told my husband what happened and he panicked. He panics the same level I panic. If anything, we're not good for calming each other down. We're really good for validation. But when it comes to panic, just make each other panic more. We're like, yeah, that's probably what happened. You probably made the floors so slippery that it's dangerous, you know? And I'm like, that was my fear. And he's like, yep. I'd be worried too. And I'm like, oh no. So since he got worried, it amped up my anxiety like 10 times harder than it was. So I just like panicked and then sent the householder a message just letting them know, be careful. I said I'll come back today and fix it. But I don't think there's a problem. He said it was fine. So I will go into the bathrooms today and check the floors and give them the old wipety wipe again to make sure nobody hurts themselves. And I'll never use that method again in another house clean, only on my house. This house has been requested that I lock one of the doors when certain people leave the house. And I'm like, done. So I put a sticky note on my trolley and I did that so I don't forget, so that the guy does not have to ask me twice, unless I forget. When I got there, painters were there. They told me that they left like an hour ago. I just finished mopping the floor. Sharad always said like leave the back doors wide open so they air dry. I did, and I had the back doors open quite wide. All I needed to do was go upstairs and just finish off the mop up there and then put some mats back down and then lock the back doors and then the front doors, and I'm done. But when I came back to the kitchen to lock the back doors, there was a massive footprint right on top of my mop. There's no one else there, which means somebody just walked in like an intruder. I just mopped that. And then I looked where the footprints went. I couldn't really see where they went. Oh my God, I had to get my phone out, pretended to be on the phone. I had to quickly lock the back door, and then I had to put the kitchen mats down, alarm the house, press the buttons as fast as I could to like know how to arm the thing. Like, you know, I don't have time for this if like someone's about to attack me. Everything's going wrong. All the doors and gates are like self-shutting, so they keep shutting on me or trying not to get attacked and killed. And then the key got stuck in the door. Trying to get my stuff into the car, it falls over. For all my stuff like just falls out of this trough and it's rolling around under the car. You know, the whole point of it was to not leave any footprints. Well, I left a lot of footprints because I'm just running around this place like trying not to die. I contacted Sharad. Sharad reckoned it was the painters from hours before. It's possibly just a really solid footprint. That's all it is. I just didn't mop over it enough because last week when I made the problem, right at the end I used his mop to mop up some of the suds. I went into their showers and oh my goodness, it was like slippery city. I used up every rag. I even used their bath towel, their bath mats, hand towels that I found in the cupboard. They were very slippery. And then I Googled how to get dishwashing detergent off floors. It said, oh, well, you need white vinegar. The thing that I didn't bring today. I always take the vinegar, and that would have been the one time I could have seriously used it. The other option is to just keep scrubbing it. After I mopped it all up and spent like a billion years trying to fix this problem I made the other day, finally got it to a point where it's not slippery. It took like every single thing I had. I just want to drive this car off a cliff. So Sharad thought it was very funny. The house looked really good and the floors looked really good. So if there was any suds in the mop bucket, which is what I feared, it actually made the floors look really good. So this week, if I'd thought about it, I would have bought a new mop head. Because I was worried that there was dishwashing liquid on Sharad's mop. But as soon as I filled it up, I was like, hang on, there could be suds on this mop head. And now I'm going to put this problem all over the bottom floor. Because I was worried that there were suds in the bucket, I did not mop very thoroughly. Like I went over everything, but I didn't use very much water at all. Like Sharad would go back to the bucket like maybe say 25 times. I went back to the bucket 5 times because I did not want to spread that all over the house just in case it stained the tiles. So maybe that's why the boot didn't come off. I probably scared myself needlessly, all because I wanted to do this Instagram hack to get their soap scum off the doors. Only I could make a mess like this 2 days in a row from trying to do something good. I'm a person that needs like somebody to watch me. What's that called? Supervision. I am so upset. I'm gonna blow the house up. What are the odds that they're gonna ask me to do the oven this week? I hope they just think that I'm an incompetent worker and just like look forward to having Sharad back.